Nick Hawkins outside London Stadium, post-match reaction, West Ham 2, Manchester City 2. It was a good game. Good game of football.
Yeah, great game of football from start to finish. Surprised me today how well we played, really, to be fair. City coming here, they've got everything on the line for the title, but today was all about Mark Noble. But I thought, especially that first half, I thought we was excellent. Best I've seen us play for a long time. You know when you play Manchester City, you're not going to have the ball a lot. So when you get the ball, it's about what you do with it. And in that first half, we got the ball, and Jarrod Bowen with 2 great finishes. It's a shame we didn't have that same tempo in the second half, but you got to expect that because City are going to come and 2-0 down, they're going for the title. You got to expect that.
Yeah, it was.
Well, no, I'll say the same before the game, wouldn't we? I fancy this for at least a point today. But as Ryan says, it's what you do off the ball, and I think we kept our shape very well. They kept them to minimal efforts on target that first half. But when we got the ball, we broke with purpose and we looked dangerous.
Yeah, the only thing I would, I don't want to criticise at all, but the only thing I would say is Soufal had a bit of a tough time against Grealish, but you're always going to have a tough time against Jack Grealish, I think. But I didn't think we got the ball up enough to Antonio in terms of running against Fernandinho, because I think he was causing all sorts of trouble.
And I think City worked on that, and that's why they broke us up so quick. Because I said to you, didn't I? They're so good at getting that second ball and them loose balls, and that is where they are in the Premier League. They're good at doing that, and they've got some world-class players. And for our team to go toe-to-toe with them today, and I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting anything here today. I was more turning up today to think, right, it's Mark Noble's day, looking forward to the celebration at the end. But no, fair play to the team today. We got the win at Norwich last week, and we got the points here today, which we wasn't expecting. So, and Wolves drew today, so that means we're guaranteed European football next season. But now we're guaranteed conference, but we might get Europa yet.
Yeah, it was. It's not many times you come away from the game disappointed that you haven't beat Manchester City. But as you say, they had a lot of the ball. We had limited chances, which we took very well. There was a couple of chances that we had, especially the Antonio one in the second half, where I think we could have wrapped up the game, to be quite honest with you, as City were pressing. But as I said, we just needed to get that ball up a little bit further. But let's be fucking fair. That's nitpicking at the end of the day. It was an excellent performance. I thought we played really well under the circumstances. The referee in the performance, was a fucking disgrace in my opinion. And I tell you what, Liverpool fans, you like to complain, mate, but if you want to complain, watch that 90 minutes again.
It might be one of them games where we go home tonight and we watch them decisions back from the referee and he might have got them spot on. But when you see it in real time, some of them were awful.
With the penalty at the end,
Stonewall. It's a Stonewall.
It was a penalty.
I didn't see it very clearly. I had someone in front of me, so I didn't see it very clearly. But I was getting text messages saying it was
a penalty.
But it was and it happens every week. It's not just today with Antonio. Like he gets pulled about and pulled down and tripped and kicked.
I think what don't help Antonio is that when he flings his arms in the air and that referees just think, right, well, I'm not going to give you nothing today.
But then, by the same token, a few times I think a few of the Man City players went down a little bit easy, and he straight away he's give the free kick,
look, we see what De Bruyne had done last week, and De Bruyne is world class. But I thought today that we kept him a bit quiet. We kept Silva quiet, Mahrez. We kept him quiet. Listen, we know they're going to have the ball. They get getting it out to Jack Grealish, and as Nicky said, Soufal had a nightmare today. He scored an own goal. He's given away a penalty. He was getting beat all the time.
It was Dawson, I think, give away the penalty. Dawson gave away the penalty.
I thought it was Soufal.
No, it was Dawson.
What, the own goal?
No, the penalty.
No, the penalty.
So he said about the own goal. To be fair, with the own goal, that was a delightful ball win.
Listen, it's one of them ones. If he leaves it, he's got to go for it, and unfortunately, it ends up in the back of his own net. But look, I don't look. City have got to come here. They had a job to do today. They've got a point. Liverpool fans will probably be happy with that. But look, I still think City are going to go on and win the league. But yeah, look, they're a world-class team. But today, we should concentrate more on how good we was than talking about Man City, because especially that first half. The 2 finishes from Jarrod Bowen, especially the first one, to take it round the keeper and finishing it like that. That's confidence in that sort of player. And the second one as well was a great finish through the legs.
He nearly had the hat-trick.
Yeah, he nearly had the hat-trick at the end. And the thing is, second half, we knew they was going to come out and they was going to dictate the game, and we knew it. We invited them on, and eventually they're going to score.
I always go like I always like to break it down into 15 minutes. So right, if we can get through the next 15 minutes and then go from there, That's what we need to do. We need to get to the hour mark without conceding, and then we can start thinking about maybe pressing on a little more, looking for a third. But it wasn't to be. But you know what you're going to get with City. He would have worked on them at half time.
Listen, it was a good result today. It's not quite the end of the season. We have got a game left next week, and we will be covering that, obviously. But a fantastic season the guys have given us, and what a season for Mark Noble. It's all about Mark Noble today. I know we had that testimonial 5-6 years ago now. It seems like an eternity ago. But the guy's been an absolute flawless servant for the West Ham.
Yeah, you'll never get another Mark Noble in this era of football. You'll never see a player stay for 18 years at one football club, and he's just been from his debut against Southend as a little scrawny teenager coming on. Listen, he's lived every single one of our dreams that have never played for West Ham.
I would have loved to have played 1 minute for West Ham. He's played 550 games nearly.
And that's what I'm saying, Gray. He's just like he is a fan. Every time I've watched him on the pitch, it's like watching a fan kick and chase every single football. And it's been a joy to watch his career, and it's nice that he's ended it on these terms. There's no injury, or he's just been left out and it just faded away. I'm sure he'll still be involved in the football club in some capacity, but he's been a great servant, and today was a perfect send-off for him. A great game against the champions of England. It would have been perfect if he'd have got a penalty at the end. We all want that fairy tale ending, but listen, to not lose, he got that great send off after. He had an emotional speech. They played them videos after the game. He had his family on the pitch, his family in the stands, and as he said, 60,000 of us are his family sitting there. And I'm sure we'll see Mark Noble in the away ends. I'm sure he'll be buzzing. Now he'll go off and he'll spend a bit of time with his family. 'Cause as I said to you, his family has to sacrifice. He's sacrificed Christmases with his kids and things like that. So, listen, he is Mr. West Ham. He always will be. He'll always be a legend at this football club. And not all legends have to win trophies in the game.
Yeah. Well, I think the bit. I mean, it was a very emotional end of. It was a good end of career sort of send off for him. But the thing that got me, that nearly made me cry, I held it together, was the part when he said. And he said it with tears in his eyes, I hope I did you all proud. But he did do us all proud.
Of course he does. Yeah, of course.
He's not let the club.
No, he's never listen, he's been through the ups, the downs with his football club. He had that famous speech a few years ago where he said it's not a circus anymore and things like that. But listen, he is Mr. West Ham. He's a local lad, born in Canning Town, that went on to play for the club that he loves, his family love. And as you said, he's done it over 500 times, and no one can ever take that away from him. Whether he made one appearance or 500, 600 appearances, you can never take that away from him. He's played for West Ham, he's captained the club, last captain at the Bowling, first at this stadium. He's been a brilliant servant, and he will be missed on and off the pitch.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us this season for West Ham Fan TV. It's been fantastic.
We've still got one more game, Nick.
We have got one more game. But
it does feel like we ain't got no more games. Shall we just fuck Brighton off next week and just leave it on this?
It's the last one at home. It's been fantastic. As I said, we will be covering all of the stuff coming up to Brighton next week. But if you're new around here, subscribe. Listen, it's been an emotional day. We've secured European football for next season. So happy days. Yeah.
So get your passports ready for next season. Hopefully, it'll be Europa again.
Yeah.
But I'm happy with the conference. I'm happy with the conference.
Happy with anything. It's been a fantastic season. Stick around because we're not going anywhere all over the summer. And that's it. One thing left to say from us.
Yeah.
Come on, your
Come on, your irons.